Turn that down. Connection looks good. Minimize you. Open you up. Open Speedify up. You know what I forgot to do? So phone link. Be small enough so I can show the iPhone. Yes, I have people. I have an iPhone. So the only nerdy thing I can do on the iPhone really is only thing nerdy I can do on the iPhone is show the data being pulled through. That's it. Alright, so want to let everybody know that Verizon is now officially has N77 in this area. So this is why I'm just now starting to do my route beta side. So I'm probably gonna have to redo alpha and then do Charlie and then Omega now that N77 is now in the area. But we got connectivity across the board for all three. So Speedify represents our coverage, and the phones are going to show performance. They're all connected. So what you're seeing is AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. T-Mobile's on the iPhone, Verizon's in the middle, AT&T is to the left. So let's see, can we get this to look right? No. There we go. I needed to lock on me. Okay, so my route beta consists of going from Maryland, Oxon Hill area, over the bridge, into Virginia, through Old Town, Virginia, past Old Town towards the airport, Reagan National Airport, and then across the bridge, downtown DC towards Union Station. So we're gonna see what the coverage looks like, the performance and coverage all together. So give me 1 second. iPhones don't like to stay on. So when we see a dip in coverage, that's where we're going to start looking to see what the performance looks like for that dip. So they're color coded. Let me pull this up a little bit. All right, as you can see, AT&T is the baby blue on the baby blue lines. T-Mobile is that hot pink, and Verizon's the purple. So wherever we see a dip in performance, that's where we're going to try to stop at and do some network testing right at that point. So this going to Speedify is showing us what the coverage looks like for the respective networks. Because Speedify is showing the connection, because the live stream right now is being carried by all three carriers. All three phones are providing the live stream. So if one drops, the other one has to pick up the slack, and we want to see what the performance looks like when it drops. So we do some last checks. What's up, Tony? Appreciate it. All right. So if people want to know what my methodology is, Speedify is for coverage. So how do you represent coverage? Well, there's no ones and zeros floating around in the area that lets you know what coverage looks like. So you got to put it in some type of form so people know what's going on. Ooh. I hit the light hard.
Parking mode off.
All right, hold up. I'm pointing directly at the sun, and the sun is right at my camera. All right, here we go. I gotta periodically touch the iPhone because it will time out on me. There we go. Yeah, it's a super glare. The position I'm heading into is basically I'm heading towards into the sun. It's gonna be a moment. Nothing's changed yet for coverage wise. T-Mobile has a stronger signal here. Verizon is here with the N77 on deck, so I wanted to make this a more fair comparison. I did do a baseline testing, so if you go back on my different routes, oh man, this glare is gonna eat me up. And there's no way of covering it up. All right. This is what you call a technical difficulty. Recording in the sunlight, hard enough as it is. We got traffic today. Let's hope the bridge is clear so I can get into Old Town pretty fast. But I'll let y'all know, Verizon was for N77 was 754 down by 76 up. So they are alive and well in the area. Let's see if I can get this glare to stop. That glare shouldn't be too bad now. But it's still bad. Alrighty. We're starting to run into a coverage issue right now. There's a blind spot down here on this hill that I'm coming to. You should start seeing it on your screen. Of course, I'll be in the wrong lane. All three are starting to act up now. T-Mobile's the only one holding on from the looks of it. Coming back up, hitting the sun again. All the bridge is backed up. All right, so since we're facing west directly into the sun, my next exit is the only thing that will take me north. So it's gonna be probably a little bit of a glare for a little bit more. As you can see, right here on this bridge, getting ready to cross into Virginia, Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T struggle a little bit. The coverage actually does dip, so this is showing the actual coverage dip. Train have an antenna nowhere close by to pick up the slack. Alright, from the looks of it, T-Mobile bounced back. We're waiting for Verizon AT&T now. All right, so as I don't know if y'all can see it yet, but I'll tell you, we are on N5 for Verizon. I know that we're still on N41 for T-Mobile, even though I can't see it on the iPhone. And AT&T is Verizon Band 2. They're riding Band 2, 20 megahertz. Got to work on camera placement next time. So this should be a lot more fair competition for the three. AT&T hasn't done anything. Verizon has at least tried to put N77 in the area. And T-Mobile's already had N41 up for over 2 years now. The glare is about to go. We are turning away from the sun now. Alright. I'm gonna stop at this gas station, take a look at everything, see what people can see. Make sure everything looks good. Alright. AT&T. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Alright, so where we at? All three. And while I get that done, all right, so for T-Mobile, we're at 619 down and 46 up. Verizon is at 18.6 down and 93.93 up. And give me a second for AT&T. AT&T is at 136 down and 31 up. So this directly correlates with each other. The performance for all three are looking about the same. So with T-Mobile showing higher network capacity at 619 down and 46 up, AT&T is right behind them with 136 down and 31 up, and Verizon 18.6 down and 0.93 up. See, it's the upload that matters now because I'm streaming off of it. Oh, you know what? AT&T's not in the game. AT&T got dropped off. All right, hold up. Hotspot. There we go. All right, AT&T's back. Get their information up. All right, so that way you can see the iPhone in all its glory. All right, so we got AT&T back in the game. So right now we're getting ready to go through Old Town Alexandria. Old Town Alexandria was a very problematic area for Verizon and AT&T. I have not seen AT&T deploy C-band or DoD in this area, so they might start showing some performance problems. Ooh, rush hour traffic. Gotta love it. And I'm pointing right back at the sun again. All right. Let's run these speed tests again. T-Mobile is still blazing at 707. So that coverage is still good. Verizon's gotta do a lot to fill in the coverage with N77. But right now they're not really contributing to the live stream as much at 0.97 up. AT&T's doing a little bit more at 81 down and 31 up. So this is a heavily trafficked area. Verizon's gonna have to really fill this in. All right, so who is waning right now? It looks like Verizon. So let's do another speed test right here for Verizon. And Verizon is waning, as you can see for the coverage on Speedify. The performance on Verizon is showing on both coverage and network throughput. AT&T and T-Mobile are running strong right now. Let's see what AT&T looks like. And what do we have on deck? N5, 10 megahertz. So they're doing pretty good. 105 down and 27 up. I'm not testing well, I should test T-Mobile right now since the coverage dropped a little bit. Oh. Uh-oh. 1.2 gigs. .3 gig by 100. T-Mobile's performance has increased since the last time I come through here. All right. Verizon is the only one not hitting. All right, so we just hit N77. Let's see what we got. What we got? Okay. That looks better. AT&T is still on N5. Alright, so their coverage is on par with each other now. All three are performing roughly about the same. Let's check AT&T again. AT&T taking its sweet time. Alright, so AT&T is starting to fall a little bit. All three are starting to fall. Let's see what they look like. Alright, so N77 is a lot more ubiquitous through here now. Before, the last time I came through here, Verizon dropped off completely. Alright, so T-Mobile's at 405 by 30. Verizon's at 215 by 24. And AT&T's at 11 by 0.80. So AT&T is falling off now. All right, so we're approaching GW Parkway, and GW Parkway takes us next to the airport. So the last time I came through here and did this same exact run, AT&T and Verizon suffered. Now that the last time I came through here, Verizon had N77 in the area. This should look totally different. All right, so what's the performance we got? We got a light. All right, T-Mobile is still running high at 757 down. Well, they're gonna get 757 down and almost 80. Yeah, 78 up. Verizon with N77 is 372 down. Oh, I didn't even see what it is for up. 28 up. And this is N77 at 100 megahertz. Yes, more work is needed. I know somebody's going to probably put it in the comments. They're still working on it. They're still working on it. And AT&T is 97 down by 33 up. I'm going to try to slow down once I get near the airport, and then run these tests again once I get next to the airport. Let's zoom out a little bit. Like AT&T is having problems on my phone. Connection keeps dropping out. N77 is still holding. So that means this is all new build. They just put this in this area. And 261 and N77 has popped up on the screen. All right, so we are in the choke zone now. So here we go. There's a bunch of Uber and Lyft drivers in this little section, so that's a lot of cell phones in one spot. Oh, the coverage dropped. Did my stream drop? And no more N77. We're back down to just LTE only. Alright, so Verizon is at 7 down and 25 up. Major congestion on LTE for them. AT&T is at 45 down and 6 up. And T-Mobile's at 565 down and 55 up. So I think T-Mobile is holding the stream currently right now by itself. AT&T dropped out, so we're gonna have to stop and re-add them back to the stream, unless I can do it with this slow traffic. I might be able to do it with this slow traffic. Get you back into the fight. Alright, so we're getting a lot of fluctuations in coverage over here. As you can see on Speedify, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are a little wonky over here. So this is the transition getting ready to go from Virginia into DC. And there's a big park area to my right hand side. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see what this coverage looks like now. All right, so they're all being affected. Verizon just arrowed out. This is the reason why I chose this route, is because of this bad spot over here. Verizon is not connecting now, and it's not connecting as well on the Speedify app. So coverage over here is very bad. All right, so we got a lot of deflections on Speedify. Remember, Speedify reflects coverage. So what you're seeing is the coverage in this spot is very bad for all three. But somehow, some way, T-Mobile's managing to still get me connected. Come on, Verizon. All right, so T-Mobile is giving me 388 by 44. This spot is not good for Verizon's. We're getting 0.06 down and nothing up. And AT&T's at 20.5 by 29. So they're experiencing coverage, lack of low coverage and congestion at the same time. So this is particularly bad for them over here, and we haven't even transitioned into DC yet. So right now, Verizon is almost completely unusable. There is no N77 overlooking this area over here. All right, run AT&T again for a new round. Currently, right now, T-Mobile is at 24 by 61, so now they are experiencing congestion. Verizon's at 0.19 by 0.09 megabits per second in the same exact spot. And AT&T's the champ. 51 down and look like it's going to be about 30 up. Yep, 51 down by 31 up. Let's turn the brightness up. So this is a choke point for traffic. So there's a lot of people coming through, crossing into from Virginia into DC from the airport. All right. Here we go. Network tested again. So this is a particularly bad spot for Verizon. It's the only one not performing as well. T-Mobile still doing 258 by 48. Verizon is doing 1.93 by 0.5. And AT&T is 17.9 by 0.84. So I'm going to presume that T-Mobile is probably holding the stream currently right now by itself. Alright, zoom back in. Zoom back in. Alright, so Verizon is on N5 now. I think there's still DSS in N5 in my area. The uploads and downloads are not improving with this DSS, from what I could tell. So when they finally decide to switch it all to NR, we should see a lot more improvement. T-Mobile is the only one holding the stream. Looks like it currently. We're testing all three again. coverage is very, very tricky. And that's what we're showing right now. Coverage and performance. Coverage and performance. Got the hiccups. We're still connected. All right. So since we're in the city now, band 12 for AT&T, band 66 for Verizon. I'm going to presume, since we're still getting over 400, we're probably on N41 for T-Mobile. I have to guesstimate that due to the speed that I'm connecting to. Testing again. AT&T is looking a little bit better. Verizon is still a little behind the rest of the performance, and T-Mobile is way ahead of everybody right now. So T-Mobile's at 540 down and 44 up, so that means they're still connected to N41. N5 is still being DSS, so 16 down and 20 up. That is congestion, people. And AT&T is at 54 down and 3 up. So a major improvement since we've come into DC. All right, so once we get to the tunnel, it will be the last leg in this of my route beta. And then I have the Charlie route, which is straight highway driving. It goes from Virginia all the way, goes from Maryland all the way over to Arlington County, Virginia, near the what is it? It's not the World War II Memorial. It's the Arlington Cemetery. So I go from Maryland into Virginia over near the Pentagon, and that's just straight highway driving at that point. They should all be able to be doing pretty good for highway usage. All right, so it looks like coverage is starting to bounce back for Verizon, so let's test it. All right, we're hitting the tunnel. as we hit in the tunnel. 384 down by 90. Verizon is 254 down by 19. So we must have hit millimeter wave right at that moment, because I haven't seen any C-band in this area that we're cutting through yet. And AT&T's at 7 down and 3 up. So if anybody want to know, this is the 4th Street Tunnel. It runs under the Capitol and comes out towards New York Avenue. We're going to take the exit that takes us out towards Union Station. Ooh, it got dark. Coming out. I must have didn't put the ISO on auto. That's probably why. That's why I'm getting these extremes. All right, so we're out of the tunnel. We are currently near the U.S. Capitol building. So we're about 3 blocks away from the Capitol. Oh, looky. AT&T comes back. 191 down, 6 up. Verizon at 161 down and 20 up, and N41 is ubiquitously covering this area at 611 down and 11 up. So remember, people, the phones are all connected right now to provide the live stream. So what you're seeing is the live stream being connected through all 3 phones. All 3 phones are performing as is shown on the screen through Spotify for coverage. And then I'm doing the network testing as I go to see if the coverage matches the performance. All right, so Union Station's dead ahead. It's gonna be the last couple of speed tests that I'm gonna be doing, because I know that Verizon AT&T are covering through here, but it's interesting to see what the correlation looks like. Zoom out so you can get a good look. Right now, we're coming up to Union Station now. AT&T is at 3 down and 12 up. We are in congestion in this area for AT&T. Verizon is at 9 down and 7 up. Close to congestion for Verizon. But they do have N77, and I've seen millimeter wave over here. And T-Mobile's at 185 down and 74 up. So they got people using it, but they're not congested yet. So we're near Union Station now. Let's do one more. Doing one more. What do we got? What do we got? And of course, I turned straight into the sun again. All right. So we're at Union Station. The last test of the day is 48 down and 33 up for AT&T. Verizon is at 119 down and 55 up for Verizon, and T-Mobile's at 355 down and 33 up for T-Mobile. But you can't see that, and I wish I could make it where you can see it. But thank y'all for riding along with me. I got to do better with my video. But y'all have a good one.